check this entire part out. Bam, 3.4 million. Get an extra turn, nuke him again. I think that's over. It's just done. Bam. Today, we have the OG girlfriend of ours. We got Firefly. Some may have a crush on Firefly, but I have a crush on Sam. Oh, we can... dude, no. I thought we could use this outfit for once, but nah. Hello, internet. Today, we'll be covering Firefly's buff, which came as a surprise for me. I knew she needed a buff, but I would say there are other characters that needed a buff more. But hey, I'm happy Firefly got the buff, though. She definitely needs one. It is a matter of time till she gets one, and no matter of time happens to be right now. Before we start everything here from the Creative Experience server, and yep, we're gonna take a look at the buffs, right? There are a few big ones. First one with the skill. The enhanced skill now applies fire weakness to one enemy and adjacent target. So now before she only applies fire weakness to one enemy, and right now with the meta, there are a lot of like multi-target enemies that have to just hit everybody. So this is a huge change for her. She's gonna be a lot better now. With a bonus ability, this one is really unique. It actually stalls herself. Well, it stalls the end of her ult duration. Basically, it means she is in her ult for longer, and that is essentially a huge deal because the longer she stays in the ult, the higher the damage output, right? And of course, we have just numerical increase here, but the biggest one for me is the E2. This one, in terms of just the wording, what I understood from it was Firefly can now gain an extra turn every single turn instead of every other turn if she manages to weakness break someone, which she will. Now, in terms of the stats, I'm prepared for these stat line, which is actually pretty good, and here's the build and everything. I mean, it's just a standard Firefly with like all the love that I could put on her, and we'll be testing her today. Is she top tier? Now, she has a rerun, I believe. We'll be fighting another Sam. Is weakness break back? If they are, well, Firefly's the first one and probably the only one that's valid right now. Just real quick before we actually go in. Listen, pulling for characters can be a train wreck like this one, which is why I'd like to introduce a website named Aniba. Aniba offers top-up services that I personally use in order to get the best top-up deals at a discount for the same top-ups that I already planned to purchase. You know I only use the trusted sources, which is perfect since Aniba complies with Hoyoverse's top-up service guidelines, and that's the biggest doubt removed. So to get the new version for incredible looking characters here with Aniba, click my link in the description, purchase the bundle you'd like, which actually has the best price that you can find. Enter yours or maybe even a friend's server and user ID, complete the purchase, and voila, your resources are in game, no fussy login required, zero hassle involved. You can even get exclusive cashback for your purchases that you can claim in your Aniba wallet for your next purchase, so it's just more money saved. If you're already planning on spending anyway, Aniba is honestly a good deal, and why not give it a look-see? And this actually helps you very much to afford food on the table, and I appreciate your support. Now then, back to the video. Let's just jump right into this fight. Now, we got the Dahlia first. I will say, even after the buff, you still need to have the Dahlia on your team. So if you want to play Firefly, do get the Dahlia. The testing I want to really find out is like at E0. Right now, this Firefly is at E0. How good is she? The problem with her before was unless you've got her at E2 and you have the Dahlia, otherwise she just doesn't perform as well anymore. But now we got our ultimate. It's the first time we're using this. And let's check out the damage. The damage output is increased for sure. And we're going to actually pay attention to this icon here. You can see action is delayed. It drops by 15 action value. That's because we're breaking an enemy and we are able to trigger this multiple times within an ultimate. There is a limit, but yep, look at that. It got pushed back, so we are in our ultimate for longer. I just realized I didn't notice like the damage output, but y'all, over half of the Stingray's HP is gone, so that has to be good, right? Now then, with the Dahlia, I would love to make sure I only break with Firefly if I can, but I think I can't stop it. I'm just gonna use it though. We go with the ultimate. This will break one of your bar for the elite on the right here, so it'll be good damage here. Damn good, okay, not too bad. And now we got Fugue. It does not matter. Here we go. We have 2 breaks queued up. We are applying fire weakness for sure on both the targets if they didn't have one. That was an issue with her, right? Like, imagine if the Stingray didn't have fire weakness and I have to hit the guy on the right. Then the Stingray would just not take as much damage at all. But now that we can break both, post-buff Firefly, how much damage are we doing? Yo, 2.2 million. I actually didn't expect that. That was really high, Firefly. She might actually be back. I think we should be the zero cycle this. I do think this stage is specifically really good for Firefly, but still, this performance after the buff is actually pretty insane. To be able to zero cycle this is pretty fire. Firefly. That was a terrible joke. Now that we're in the boss phase, Sam versus Sam. Now, during the times where I cannot weakness break someone, thankfully we do have the Dahlia, so we are going to do super big damage anyway, 600k, usually with pre-buff Firefly at E0. That's the amount of damage you would do when you break someone. So yeah, you can certainly see the improvement. Here we got the Dahlia. We're going to get the zone up again. Get that little bit of damage in there. Now we got Fugue. I think we can instantly break you. I would love to. Oh no. So the Sam on the other side will be taking a turn. Now, I will say by this time, usually the normal Firefly would have been out of the duration by now of the first ultimate. We are still in her first ultimate, by the way. This is thanks to the effect after her buff, right? And she now gets like a lot of action delays for the end of her duration, meaning her duration is extended, essentially. And here we go. This is the main thing that I wanted to showcase. Usually, under these circumstances, you cannot weakness implant fire on the bugs beside them, and that can be a nuisance, right? Either you need your ally to do it for you, or you're going to be missing a lot of damage. But now we do implant it, and it's just really helpful. We're not going to be able to break them yet, though. We're going to go in with this. Bam, 2 million, and the boss's HP is going down like crazy. Her damage is insane, actually. What the hell? Is it just this boss, or is it actually Firefly Big Crack? All right, now we have 3 targets to be weakness broken. Wait, this damage should be insane. Check this out. Bam. Oh my god, 2.6, baby. I'm not sure what's more impressive, the fact that Firefly did that much, or the fact that these mobs didn't even die. Holy cow. Now imagine needing someone like Yanqing to pull us off. Hell no, dude. I don't know why I just suddenly decided to diss Yanqing, but hey, you can never diss Yanqing enough. Let's buff the Sam. Now, Sam is still in the ult duration. This is my first ult. We're still in there. This is actually awesome, man. I like this. All right, I think here I have to, I think I have to ult. Maybe I should have ult earlier. This does give me more weakness break damage taken increase. Something like that. I forgot what she does, man. Is it Befog? I genuinely forgot what she does. Who even remembers what Link Shot does anymore? All right, we'll do a skill. So this will kill the bugs probably, right? No. How in the crud? You're gonna come back from that. You're gonna hit me. I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna use my ult. This should definitely kill the bug. We're still within the first ultimate duration of Firefly, and we are actually going to take a turn here. That should be our final turn. There's no ifs or buts here. We are not going to take another one after this. But hey, because I'm so fast anyway, I'm right there. So the question after this is how much energy she'll get when she first comes out of the ultimate, right? But well, guess what? Because of the Dahlia, you won't have an issue with that. She will get her ult again. That's why you need the Dahlia, dude. Otherwise, she does have that lengthy little warm-up period. 3.4 million. What the flip? Yeah, so this is the first cycle. We just stepped into the second one, and the guy is going to die. He's been cooked so bad, he's embarrassed. He's facing the wall at the side. He's covering his face and everything, dude. It's kind of cute, man. Let's punch him. All right, now 45% of HP left. We're gonna kick you in the face with a schoolgirl, and then we're gonna get our Samuel in. Turn the schoolgirl into a Power Ranger. I'm probably the first in my bloodline to say sentences like that. Like, how? Like, how does this game actually make that make sense? All right, now slash him with some lightsaber, and bam, 1.7 million on a single target boss. That's not bad at all. So the question is, can I end it within this cycle? I'm not sure. Oh no, Firefly is not fast enough. 38 action value. I need her to be above here, I think. I don't know. Is there a shot here? We're gonna use our skill anyway, but I doubt it, right? 13%. I just need one more skill, man. One more and I'll have it. If any one of these characters had like Dance, for example, I would have probably had it. Yeah, there's no way. Oh, dude, what a shame. I don't think there's any preventing this. I just need one more turn. I guess I'll take the one more turn. We're still gonna murder you. Bam, got him. 1.6 million. Dude, her damage is really high. 2 cycle clear is like, I'm okay with saying that's a top tier team, top tier performance, at least for this boss, I would say. Obviously, she won't be that good against every single boss ever, especially for ones that I just say ignore weakness. In their phases, you can't weakness break them. Now, the true broken part starts with E2. When the enhanced skill breaks their weakness, it allows Sam to immediately gain an extra turn. So I'm going to test it anyway, because I do believe a lot of people have Firefly at E2 just for the love of the game, not even because they love the meta, which is very respectable. And since, you know, she got buffed with E2, I might as well try it out. This will probably take like no time though. I'll just skip ahead. Allow me to show you the strength of money. I mean, Eidolon. I do the same thing. I will not be doing too much of commentary. I'll be doing a lot more of roasting the enemy alive. All right, here we go. So we're testing the E2 out. If you kill someone or weakness break someone, you get an extra turn right away. So if we do this, we get an extra turn right there. And this can activate again at the start of Firefly's next turn here. So right there, we can do it again. I believe before this buff was there, she can only do it every other turn. So this turn, she wouldn't have been able to take the extra turn. And that was already broken enough. So this just got even worse for the enemy, I suppose. 2 million done. Obviously, the E1 also contributed to damage. So now that I got in this turn, if I kill someone, I'll get an extra turn, which I did, right? I think I did, but I did kill them there though. How does that interaction work? I guess I still take my turn here. So yeah, I killed someone. I already reset my E2's effects. So I got another turn. This turn I shouldn't have with Firefly before the buff, but I do now. All right, so now we're gonna Sam. I just want to check out this damage. It's over 100k without breaking him yet. So now we are able to break this boss this time before he spawns the little mobs. I'm not sure that's a good thing though. I don't think that's too bad of a thing. Here we have Firefly. We just took the extra turn at the start of this wave. So right now we won't have an extra turn, but damage wise, we're doing 1.6 million, I think. Wait, did I? Oh, I already got an extra turn. Never mind. So yeah, it does reset every start of her turn, meaning you get a lot more extra turns now. Her damage pretty much just times like 2 essentially, since she just takes double the turn, right? Now we got you again. This this will be the extra turn I needed to get that like -1 cycle compared to the last clear I had. Now, will it be enough for me to go 0 cycle? That I'm not sure. I don't think so. Like right here, I'm gonna get out of my ult, but yeah, I'm still kicked out of it. But hey, I'll just do it again, right? Bam, we got our ult again, baby. Now, the weakness with the E2 is if the enemy's already broken, I mean, you can't really trigger it unless you kill someone, but you aren't able to kill someone if there isn't anyone to kill. I know, it's really logical. I don't know why I explained it as if it was smart. All right, let's nuke him with an upside down face. So, the first turn you're able to take is right now. Now, you should be spawning your mobs here. I'm gonna give Firefly a turn like that. I will have a turn like this. This is where I think I'll utilize the extra turn here. I'm not sure if it's smart though. Yeah, maybe not. I'll do it like this. I won't be getting extra turns here. I'm not breaking anyone yet, so I will be able to break 3 of them like right here though. Yo, this damage is about to be insane. Check this entire part out. Bam, 3.4 million. Explosion coming in. We get an extra turn thanks to E2. Nuke him again. I think that's over. It's just done. Bam, 3.7 million, baby. What a flip. And that took 1 cycle. Without the sustain slot, probably like if we use Run Made there, set up like a 0 cycle clear, easy 0 cycle clear with Firefly for sure. But that is only with E2, which I know a lot of people have. I personally don't have that though, so I'll stick with 2 cycle clearing, which it's still good. You do need the Dahlia though, otherwise she still is like kind of iffy, especially when you can't break the enemies after all, but she's a lot better still. You can actually, if for this week specifically, if you don't have the Dahlia, you can still like beat that stage with Firefly specifically, especially after the buff. But yeah, that'll be all for today. What a buff that she got. It's not at the level of like Welt's buff in my opinion. It's still a good buff though. Welt's buff is just out of the world. He's Thanos now. But hey, I guys enjoyed this one. Our girlfriend is back in the meta, baby. That'll be all, and take care.